Growing up, who were your biggest role models, and what kind of a role did they play in your success?
You know, I had great parents, both of whom were involved in lots of interesting activities and would come home and talk to us about, the world of business or law or politics or the charitable activities they were involved in. And so that made us, myself, my sisters always thought about, well, what are we going to do out there? They had us as avid readers, and so we had pretty broad interests in reading. Scientists were a group that I gravitated to because this notion that just, out of their heads they came up with neat ideas, that sort of fascinated me. So quite a bit of the time I thought I'd be a mathematician or a scientist. It was only when I got to Harvard that I started to think of this sort of all-absorbing hobby I'd had, computer stuff, which I just thought, okay, I got to get rid of this, and decided to do something serious. I started to realize, this is pretty serious, and it's actually more interesting and more impactful than going and trying to come up with a new theory in math or anything else. And so I had that dilemma for a couple of years, but eventually decided that computers really was a great thing to be involved with.
Yeah, I think you're 100% on the money in focusing. I would, instead of calling them role models, I call them heroes, actually. And I think if you tell me who your heroes are, I can tell you how you're going to turn out to quite an extent by this point in life. And I have been extraordinarily lucky in that none of my heroes ever let me down. I mean, the ones I came up with throughout their lives, I've never felt that I've been let down in any way with it. Number one was my dad, and had a huge impression on me. My wife, who is here, is one of my heroes. I mean, she is, in terms of she's taught me a tremendous amount, and never seen anybody any better with human beings than she is. And you can. Yogi Berra again said you can observe a lot just by watching, and I watched my dad, and I've watched her, and I had a professor, Ben Graham, back at Columbia, and had a huge impact on me. So I have been lucky in that I've had terrific heroes, and they haven't let me down, and that takes you a long, long way. I've gone through one or two periods where we're kind of tough in life, but not. I mean, everybody's had that, but having the right heroes will take you right through it.